You own a small business in Pittsburgh. It's summer 2012. You log into your bank account to pay your staff. Everything looks fine. The balance is right. The little lock icon is there. You close your laptop and go make coffee. You check again later. The money is gone. Not stolen all at once. It was moved out slowly, in small pieces, into accounts you've never seen, in places your bank can't track. No one broke into your office. No one touched your computer. You did everything right, and you still got robbed by a man the FBI has never even seen in person, let alone arrested. Here's the strange part. The FBI knows exactly who did this. They've had his name for over 10 years. They built a real case against him with real evidence and put one of the biggest rewards ever offered for a hacker on his head. And they still can't catch him. Not because he's smart, plenty of hackers are smart, but because of where he lives, who he might work for, and what happens when the person you're chasing is somewhere your handcuffs can't reach. So who is he? His real name is Evgeny Mikhailovich Bogachev. Online, people knew him as Lucky 12345, Pauling Soon, and most famously, Slavik. He's Russian, born October 28, 1983, and was last known to be living in Anapa, a beach town on the Black Sea. He's not some kid hacking from his mom's basement. He's the man accused of building a piece of malware called Zeus, and later a much smarter version called Game Over Zeus, that authorities say helped steal more than $100 million from banks, businesses, and regular people all over the world. Zeus wasn't brand new when Slavik got hold of it. It had been around since 2007, a simple tool built to hide on infected computers and steal passwords. What made Slavik's version so dangerous wasn't the code itself. It was the idea behind it. He didn't just steal your password. He built a fake copy of your bank's website that looked exactly like the real one, right inside your own browser. You'd type in your login thinking it was safe, and a copy of everything you typed went straight to him. Picture this. You're a hacker with a great tool, but a big problem. Zeus can steal logins all day, but someone still has to move the stolen money, open fake bank accounts, wire the cash out, and clean it before anyone notices. So around 2009, investigators say Slavik's team built something simple but clever, a chat alert system called Jabber Zeus. The moment a stolen login showed a big balance, the team got an instant message telling them exactly which account to drain. And it worked. U.S. authorities later charged Bogachev in a case out of Omaha, Nebraska, linking him to this scheme, which targeted American small businesses and their bank accounts. This wasn't random hacking with no plan. It was an organized system, with different people doing different jobs, and prosecutors say Slavik was the one running the software behind all of it. By the time investigators figured out how Jabber Zeus worked, Slavik had already moved on to something even bigger, something security experts would later call the most advanced hacking network the FBI had ever tried to take down. It's 2011, and you're a security researcher who just found something worse. This new version doesn't rely on one main server that police could simply shut down. Instead, infected computers talk directly to each other, forming a network where instructions can come from any one of 1 million machines. Shut down 10,000 of them, and the network just reroutes through 10,000 more, like trying to stop a rumor by hanging up one phone call. Officials later estimated this network, called Game Over Zeus, infected somewhere between 500,000 and 1 million computers worldwide, causing over $100 million in losses since 2011. And Slavik, allegedly, wasn't just using this network for himself. He was renting it out. Other criminals could pay to use parts of his infected computer network to spread their own scams and attacks. He wasn't just a hacker anymore. He was more like a landlord, collecting rent from a property empire made entirely of other people's stolen computers. Then it got worse. investigators found the same infected computers were also spreading a second threat, a type of malware you've probably heard of called crypto locker. It locked up all your files with unbreakable encryption and gave you a countdown clock. Pay up or lose everything forever. In just its first 2 months, authorities say it brought in more than $27 million in ransom payments from over 234,000 infected computers. One piece of malware, two totally different ways to ruin your life. You're an FBI agent in Pittsburgh who spent almost 2 years building a case everyone said was impossible. Game Over Zeus doesn't have one main target to take out, until it finally does. Investigators traced a leaked IP address used to log into one of Slavik's personal email accounts back to the same servers running the entire botnet, even though he used a VPN to hide it. It's like a bank robber accidentally dropping his ID at the crime scene, then coming back later to check if anyone noticed. In late May 2014, a team made up of the FBI, Europol, the UK's National Crime Agency, and about 20 tech and security companies, including CrowdStrike, Microsoft, and Dell SecureWorks, quietly seized Game Over Zeus's control servers in Canada, Ukraine, and Kazakhstan, all at the same time. The operation started on May 30th and took the entire network down in just 4 to 5 hours. Investigators even caught the criminal team trying to sneak a copy of their own database to safety in the middle of the raid and stop them before it got out. Just days later, in June 2014, the Justice Department publicly charged Bogachev with conspiracy, hacking, wire fraud, bank fraud, and money laundering. A wanted poster went up. But here's the twist that turns this from a normal crime story into something stranger. Researchers later found that part of the Game Over Zeus network had, separately, been quietly collecting information from computers in Georgia, Turkey, and Ukraine, the kind of targets a government might care about, not a bank robber. No one has ever proven who is behind this or why. But the timing lines up closely with periods of tension between Russia and its neighbors, and it's led to years of speculation that Slavik's network may have had more than one type of customer. The takedown worked for about 2 months. Then, in July 2014, researchers started seeing new Game Over Zeus infections popping up again. A few hundred a day, then thousands, using almost the exact same code as before. Nobody knows for sure if this was Slavik's team rebuilding or copycats using the old blueprint. As for the man himself, the State Department, the Justice Department, and the FBI together announced a $3 million reward for information leading to his arrest. At the time, the biggest reward the U.S. had ever offered for a cybercriminal. Bogachev has never been arrested. Rumors say he spends much of his time on a boat somewhere in the Black Sea, avoiding contact with almost everyone in a country that won't hand its citizens over to the U.S. He's allegedly one of the most wanted men in American law enforcement, and he's spending his time fishing. There's also an uncomfortable possibility here. Russia simply doesn't hand over its own citizens, no matter what the U.S. offers. And if even part of the spying suspicions are true, a hacker who controls a network of 1 million computers isn't just a criminal a government might ignore. He might be someone a government actually wants to keep around. So back to you, the small business owner staring at a bank balance that doesn't add up. Somewhere on the other end of that stolen money is allegedly a man with a $3 million price on his head, relaxing on a boat in a country that will never give him up. The FBI knows his name, his birthday, even his shoe size. What they don't have, after everything, is him.